on the football front, on the quarterback front, you knew this was coming. So there's reports all over the place now about Teddy Bridgewater, and once Carolina made the trade for Sam Darnold, now he's of course sought permission to seek a trade because for him now he knows the writing's on the wall, and he's at a point in his career he's like, I'm not going to be a backup. Like he still should be a starter. He's good enough. So and apparently reports are saying that there's a lot of teams interested in him, and you've said all along that you feel like the best place for him to go is Chicago, who just gave Andy Dalton $10 million. Yeah, they have Nick Foles on the roster.
Yeah,
that would just be adding another play.
So, I mean,
for the Bears, just explain again how that makes sense.
I mean, we know what Andy Dalton is at this point, right? Teddy Bridgewater is still a young quarterback. He had the gruesome knee injury. Mm-hmm. He's showing that before that, he was a franchise quarterback. I mean, when he was with Minnesota, he was their future. It was only the knee injury that people thought that he would never walk again, let alone play football. So if he hadn't had the knee injury, he would be the starter in Minnesota right now.
Yeah.
And they may never.
They loved him there.
Yeah, they would have never went to Kirk Cousins. He's only 29 years old. He had an opportunity to kind of be tutored by Sean Payton and Drew Brees. He's a guy that may not be like the top 10 quarterback, but he's a top 15 quarterback. And if you're Chicago and you went to the playoffs last year with Mitchell Trubisky and with a combination of Nick Foles, he's a guy that may be good enough to help you get over the hump. He may be a Alex Smith-ish type of guy, which Alex Smith proved that he can win games for you. I don't know at this point in Andy Dalton's career if he can win games for you, and it'll also allow you to sell hope to your locker room. They're not believing in Andy Dalton, right? They read all the clippings. I think Teddy Bridgewater would provide an energy and provide hope within that locker room, like, hey, we're trying to win. And for them, it allowed them to make Nick Foles expendable, and maybe they can get the Jets' 6th-round pick.
The Jets brought in Brian Hoyer yesterday for a visit.
Man. Come on,
they're going to need someone if they're going to take Zach Wilson at 2. They clearly have to get a veteran as at least a backup.
Raymond Hoyer. Like, come on, man. Like this dude been. Man. Now let me stop. Never mind.
Sure?
Yeah. Because
I don't want to go too far on this one.
Yeah, man.
Well, I know you feel a certain way about backup quarterbacks. I get it.
Well, it's not the.
But you still need somebody who knows the system. On that front. But let's not get off the Teddy Bridgewater thing. Yeah, well, okay. But let's not get off the Teddy Bridgewater topic because I still think there's something left with him.
Plenty left.
And it's amazing to think, though, had not for that injury, where would Minnesota be? Where would he be? It's just terrible how stuff like that can happen. And then Minnesota now is locked in his contract with Kirk Cousins that has not really paid off. But for Teddy Bridgewater, he just keeps bouncing around. For a quarterback everybody likes, and he played this year, and I don't know if it's fair criticism or not. They felt like
McCaffrey.
There was McCaffrey
no offensive line.
Not being there seriously would have an effect on his production. But I know in Carolina, people weren't thrilled with him. There's a reason why they wanted an upgrade. There's a reason why they went with Sam Darnold.
Right. I mean, they want something a little bit more electric, right? They want more of an upgrade. But like I said, if you're a team that has so many weapons, on offense, where you think about Tariq Cohen coming back, you think about Allen Robinson, and then you think about that dominating defense. Remember, Carolina's in a bit of a rebuild. Right now, you think about coming after the Khalil Mack trade and drafting Raekwon Smith, all the decisions that they've made. This team is ready to win now. And Teddy Bridgewater can't be a guy that's going to elevate your squad too much, right? He's not a force multiplier, but he's a guy that's going to be smart, that's going to take care of the ball, and is going to be able to play complementary football. And now he's starting to push the ball down the field a little bit more, because he understands he has to. Right, he can't just be checked down Charlie. Mm-hmm. I think he would be a perfect fit there. He also can be a perfect fit in Denver. So I think it'd be a bidding war for his services. And if you can get Carolina, who can get out of the contract next year, but it's going to hurt him a little bit this year, to take some of the money, then it makes it a lot easier because if he doesn't work out, you can get rid of him and get out of that contract next year. So I think it's like $24 million. If you can get Carolina to pick up 14 of that, and that's $10 million. And even if with Nick Foles, you have $30 million in your quarterback room, that's not a bad deal when you consider that most teams have $30 million committed to one quarterback.
Yeah, the top ones certainly do. What about the Patriots? I mean, they seem like they're locked in on Cam, right?
Well, they're going to draft. I think they're going to.
I mean, wouldn't he be a pretty good fit? He's a cerebral quarterback. I've been a big fan of Teddy B since college, since he was coming out of college. I watched him. I always felt like he's one of the smartest quarterbacks. He understands the game. It's just physically for him. That's been the issue.
Right.
Is staying healthy, and that knee injury. Obviously, when he finally was getting his chance and he was proving himself, that knee injury was devastating.
Took the team to playoffs.
Right, and he was really good. So he just seems like a guy that would fit the Patriots. Would they even consider making a move, even though you have Cam?
Well,
I know they love Jarrett Stidham. Wink, wink.
Right.
Why wouldn't they? Would the Patriots go in that direction if they can get him, like you said, if they can get him without really having to give up a lot?
I mean, he seems like a Patriot guy. They have plenty of money to spend. I think it all depends. They're locked in on Cam, committed to Cam, but they have the personnel on the offensive side of the ball to be able to support a guy like Teddy Bridgewater. Now, you're not going to be doing your quarterback powers and sweeps like they're going to do with Cam. But I think the Patriots are trying to see who's going to fall. Remember, if we're saying that maybe San Francisco is going to take Justin Fields, I don't know why I say Justice all the time, Justin Fields, then I think that maybe that means Mac Jones, who we had going to New England from get, maybe fall in there. Right? Mm-hmm. If it's the banana in the tailpipe in San Francisco, then maybe they decide to go with him. So, I mean, we'll figure out. But Teddy Bridgewater could fit there. But I think more likely it's a more desperate situation for Chicago, who has to figure it out, who's been taking huge swings. And I think that they're going to be late if they consider trying to wait for Russell Wilson. Nagy and Pace may be fired before they're able to fix the position.
I would love this, but it's never going to happen on the Jets front if they maybe thought about Teddy Bridgewater. I just feel like I know, well, you draft in a guy like Zach Wilson. He's got to play right away. Yeah. I kind of want insurance.
Right.
What if he's just not ready yet? Like, what if something physically, something can happen with a rookie quarterback? Like Bart, even with that extra game, the 17th game, I kind of feel like you can't have a scrub as a backup because you might need him for a game or two just because of how much longer the season now is going to be.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.